Welcome back to State of Decay 2. Today is the release of the Curveball update, at least as I'm recording this. And so we're doing an official State of Decay 2 live stream today, showing off Curveball and all of the associated features and experiences. But to do that, I'm going to have to get a community ready. So I'm going to be jumping into the Lion's Share community today, checking out Curveball, just making sure that everything is working according to plan, that Curveballs definitely do land on this community, that all of my characters are fully equipped and ready to go, because I'm not going to be the one who's playing this community on the air. It's going to be Eric Anderson. So I just want to make sure that there's no surprises, everything's ready to go, and Eric doesn't have to have any questions about, wait, what kind of weird state did you leave your community in? I've actually got one of the developers of the Curveball update in the chat today. He's going to be lurking in the background and watching. It's Game Dev Bishop, in case anybody wants to chat with him while we go. But yeah, so we've got the patch notes here, but you know, this is mostly explaining the details of the UI in case you missed something or just really want to understand how curveballs work. But curveballs are actually, I mean, the UI came together well enough. They're pretty self-explanatory. You can explore just inside the game and figure out how they work. So I'm just going to skip all of this and just get right into the game. So let's make sure that I'm with the Lion's Share. That's my sort of official streaming community. So yeah, so hopefully my expectation is that curveballs will start dropping on my community almost immediately. Look at that. I just got prompted to open the curveballs menu. Let's do that. Pop over here to curveballs, and it looks like the classic starter curveball, Explosive Gunk Zombies, is on its way in. Now, it's not active yet, so I've got to wait, but you can see that it's upcoming. It's in the upcoming section. So over time, I'm going to get notes from my community members saying, hey, something weird's going on. We're not sure what. And then the curveball is going to land, and zombies are going to be exploding with, like, damage over time gunk whenever you hit them, which is going to be great. So I should figure out some other stuff that I want to accomplish today, so I can do that while I'm going after curveballs. But let's first have a look at this character and how she's equipped. I just want to make sure that she's all in good shape. So it looks like, yeah, we've got the cold turkey, so we should make sure she's got enough ammo for that. Yeah, she's pretty well equipped. Okay, well, let's let her rest then, because she is the one that I was playing the last time we got into this. Let's start from the left. Check out all of our characters, make sure that everyone's in good shape, and then we'll go, I don't know, run around and do something once we've got an active curveball. I got to remember how all of my controls work because I've been playing a lot of other games, including most particularly Starfield, and so all of my controller habits are wrong. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got a suppressed shotgun. We've got a big, loud pistol. We don't have... Okay, we are running low on shotgun ammo, aren't we? Really, really low on it. We've got a fair amount of ammo in the base, though. So the question is, what kind of... Okay, so I can make Magnum rounds. That doesn't feel super critical to me right now, so I'm going to uninstall this mod and see if we've got... There's heavy duty, there's handgun, Magnum, rifle... Am I missing the shotgun one? Do I not have the shotgun one? Holy crap, I don't have the shotgun one. All right, well, let's go rifle then. And I need to get myself a shotgun press. Next time I see somebody selling ammo, let's go see if there's a shotgun press. So she should not carry a shotgun around if that's how this is going. Instead, let's grab her a different gun, some kind of neat gun. Something that Eric won't mind using, like, ooh, a Samurai SMG, fires 9mm. What do we have a lot of, bullet-wise? We've got a lot of 9mm, a lot of 45. We've got more 45, and, well, okay, I'm not going to count crossbow bolts. We got a lot of 45, more than anything else, and then a decent amount of 357 and 9mm. So what do we have? What do we have that's 357, actually? Probably not a lot. Ooh, we've got a big Hank rifle. That's what we're doing. Big Hank rifle. And then we'll grab ourselves... So just nothing but Magnum ammo for this person. And yeah, I think she's pretty well equipped. Ooh, okay, wants me to return to the curveball menu. And I'm hitting A. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. My left stick doesn't control the menu. It's just my... So this is an interesting thing when you're implementing a menu. If you are a PC user and you're just implementing it with PC primarily in mind, you don't automatically highlight something up front because you expect the player's mouse to be in some random place. So choosing a thing to start out highlighted doesn't make any sense. You wait till the player mouses over it and clicks on it. But if you're using a controller primarily, you do want something highlighted at the outset so that the player knows where their cursor is and they can navigate from a place. And so it looks like this menu might have been created with a PC player in mind because nothing starts out highlighted when you open it up. So I had to use the D-pad to highlight the explosive gunk zombies, but now I hit Y on them, and this shows me what's going on. So I should actually, in case there's people who watch my channel who don't actually haven't been following the upcoming features for State of Decay, which is maybe a subset of you, the Curveball update, which just landed today, basically it adds these events into the game that change up the rules in some way. Either it changes the way the zombies act, or it creates some scenario you have to contend with. They're all short-term things. They're all kind of randomly generated. The first couple are always the same to get you used to them, but then they're all randomly generated. And it's basically just a way, particularly if you've been playing the game for a long time, to throw new challenges at you and keep the gameplay interesting. So, yeah. So they're just sort of, basically my characters are doing like a prelude to explosive gunk zombies showing up in the game. So I'm reading that stuff. But in the meantime, let's check out Scary Gary, what he's got in his inventory. Scary Gary is not his official nickname, but that is definitely what I call him. Okay, yeah, so we do not have enough 7.62 on this guy. But otherwise, I mean, how much 44 Magnum do you really need? I think we've got a decent number of supplies here. Let's see. It looks like I've gone through a lot of my fire. Oh, right, no, I didn't have a lot of fire in this community because I didn't have a lot of fuel in this community. Last time I came in here, one of the main things I was doing was trying to collect fuel because I did not have enough. So there's some discussion in the chat about when curveballs start showing up in your community. Some folks saying it takes about 5 days for curveballs to show up, and some saying no, it's almost immediate. And the difference is whether you've got an existing community that you've been playing for a while. Like if you are a brand new player and you don't have a community at all, you're starting from scratch, or if you've just decided to start a new community at the time that you get update 34. Then it will be about 5 in-game days before curveballs start happening. Because they want you to get established. They want curveballs to be changing up existing gameplay, not that you already understand, not just making the game confusing and harder to learn. So it takes about 5 in-game days, which is, I don't know what, 7-8 hours, something like that, of gameplay before they kick in. But if you've been playing a community for a long time, then you don't have to wait. They just kick in immediately, like you saw them do with me. So, okay, Awesome Twitch Dude says, in the Curveball menu, can you click on the upcoming one? Mine says key not bound. Oh, that's interesting. No, so I definitely have view entry, the A button, bound, and I can also hit Y to see the notes. So yeah, I don't have anything unbound. Have you customized your controls? Because usually if you see a key not bound problem on your screen, usually what you can do is just reset your default bindings and then go and redo whatever changes you made to them yourself. Ooh, okay, explosive gunk zombies just kicked in. So I'm going to wrap it up with this character. So this fires 7.62 and this fires 5.56. How much do I have of either of those? I've got more 7.62. So let's load up the 7.62 gun. Drop that. Oh, hey, that's where the 5.56 was. It was in their pants. But we'll grab some of that. This character has got a suppressor there, no suppressor there. But let's see what we've got in the bank down here. We got brakes. We got an improvised suppressor. Oh, maybe I'll go break with this one just to surprise Eric. He gets into a fight with this one and suddenly he's attracting all the neighbors and he doesn't know why. But we'll let the character start with their pistol up, because that's the quiet thing. And I keep hitting start instead of view or whatever. I keep hitting the menu button instead of the view button because I've just gotten used to playing too much Starfield. Okay, we'll switch to Dahlia, but real quick, let's have a look at this curveball. So it says that zombies now explode with gunk. Zombies with purple eyes have acquired a mutational trait which causes them to explode with toxic bile gunk when killed. So let's go through a few more of our characters, but then let's get out there and start fighting these guys. Okay, yeah. So we've got something that fires 9mm. So let's make sure we got enough 9mm in our pockets. And this is a revolver that fires 22. So we've got that taken care of. Should give her some kind of emergencies only, let's kill all the zombies stuff. How about some thermite grenades? There you go. But then let's grab somebody who can wield a 45, because that's the ammo that I feel most flush in. And oh wait, is the Scorpion 40? Do I already have a Scorpion and it's already 45? I don't know if you see me like leaning around my microphone to look at the HUD because I got the microphone right in my face. But let's see. So this fires. Oh no, it's 9mm. Dang, I thought it might have been 45. Well, that's fine. Let's detach the mod. And this one fires 357, and it's got a break on it. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And let's find a nice 45 sidearm. It doesn't even need to be a sidearm. I could actually just do a nice... I want something with high capacity 45. Not the Dillinger pattern 1911. That's weird. No one wants that. Oh, here we go. Mac 10. Yes. Mac 10 it is. Mac 10 with a big, enormous suppressor on it. And a bunch of ammo. And then let's also grab some 357 for... Wait, did I... There it is. For the rifle. And I think we're good. Okay, I think this is probably the character that we're going to have Eric play. At least at first. I'll start him with Adam. And then... Let's go over here. Fraser is probably the one he's least likely to play because Fraser is a little bit sick and is also brand new. So maybe we'll take her out to go and check out the explosive gunk zombies. Let's get her equipped. Make sure she's nice and equipped. So she's got... Oh, this is where some of our ammo went. So, okay, she's got a shotgun for close encounters. She's got another Mac 10, another suppressed Mac 10. Okay, apparently that was a good strategy. Yeah, she's well enough equipped. Let's just top that off. And maybe some snacks. Okay. So let's go out and check out our first... Ooh, one thing I'm definitely going to have to do for Eric is make sure that all of the vehicles are fueled up. So is the curveball in a particular place? No, okay, so sometimes curveballs will say on the map, it's the zombies here who are having a problem. But this doesn't say that. Let me make sure it's still active. Yes. So I think it's just zombies everywhere are having a problem right now. So I'm going to pop in here. Let's see here. So I'm going to try to get to a place. Let's figure out something I want to do beyond just getting into trouble with zombies. What do I want to accomplish down here? At least in terms of my resources, I'm low on food. Okay, so I need to go find a place to restock my food supplies. Where is that going to be? We've got... So that, I already claimed that as an outpost. Where's a... That's a clinic. I mean, that's good too, but... Was there some food down here? Okay, there could be some food in this barn. There... Okay, and there's a swine and bovine there, too. Okay, so this is going to be close to a plague heart, but not so close that I'm going to be in huge trouble. So I'm going to go pass through this plague territory. I'm going to turn left, go through plague territory, but end up here. And I'm going to try to collect myself some food. So Awesome Twitch Dude asks if the streaming studio is done. I mean, definitely not. No, we're not done building this place. It's functional. So we're able to use it to have, you know, people actually getting together in a room, putting on a stream. That's nice and all. But, like, again, this just bright white background behind me isn't really what we have in mind long term. We want to have a little bit of a homier space that isn't just so stark. And we're going to keep always trying to improve the hardware setup in here. You know, we've got our initial audio setup, which I think, you know, I sound a little bit like a radio or podcast guy right now because of this mic. But then we've got, when I turn on the other mics so that we can hear people at the couch, my voice gets all echoey and stuff. So we might have to just keep sort of trying new things, rethinking how we do the hardware setup here. So yeah, I don't know when we'll consider it done. We might never consider it fully done. But it works, you know, we're here. So that's always been our standard. Well, it kind of works, so put it out there. That's how we roll around here. Oh yeah, Bishop is pointing out that he actually wrecked this room, that he pushed the couch around and everything. That is true. You might, I don't know, when are we releasing those dev diaries, Bishop? Is it today, or did we already release them? I haven't been keeping track. But we shot some dev diaries in here. And, yeah, Bishop and Lucy were, like, dragging all of the furniture around to try to frame things nicely. And I haven't actually fully moved the couch yet. I mean, I might move it back for Eric, or I might leave it where it is. It really just depends on what camera angle we can make look good. Okay, so it looks like I already got the food out of here. And also, oh, mysteriously, my car headlights turned off. So are there any places aside from, I guess we'll head up here to try to get some food. Did I just move too far from my car? Why did it turn off? Oh, here comes a curveball zombie. So you can always recognize a curveball zombie by their purple eyes. So you'll notice that zombie's death animation was just a little bit different, or not their animation, but their death effect was a little bit different. It wasn't the usual just gout of blood. That zombie exploded in purple goo. Oh gosh, get off my car. So yeah, that zombie exploded in purple goo. Oh, here's another one. Let's check this out. So if I run up and actually smack this zombie in the head. Oh! Okay, you'll notice I'm hit by an explosion, I'm knocked back, and then I've got a damage over time effect on my character for a short time. So it's like they spilled a bunch of like alien blood on me or something, and now it's dissolving into my skin, and it's gross. So while this curveball is active, I have to keep my eye out for those purple eyes on those zombies. Oh, hello. Wait, what? Stop it. Where was that? Oh, it's behind me, the screamer. Okay. Like, by behind me, I mean it's back on the route that I took to get here. Hello. Just didn't want a repeat of that scream. Okay, where I really want to be is here, though. Coalición, I cannot wait to hear your localization complaints about Update 34. And actually, you should, whenever you make localization complaints, you should @GameDevBishop, because he's the one who probably needs to know about it the most. Though actually, I don't know. Bishop, I'm not actually sure how we're handling localization. Is that passing through us, or are you all working directly with the localization teams? It just occurred to me I was jokingly forwarding complaints to you, but I'm genuinely not sure if you're actually the right person to tell. Because, yeah, so La Coalición is always our first line of defense against localization problems, because he runs this very active and engaged State of Decay 2 community in Mexico. And so whenever something comes out that has bad Spanish localization, we know about it immediately because Coalición tells us about it. And he usually gets pretty deep into the workings of the game, where he can usually give us he can usually give us a little bit more information than a typical person who doesn't know anything about the game could. Like, he often, like, there'll be a really weird translation of something, but he'll know what it's supposed to mean because he knows the game so well. Ryben47 asks, anyone know if the screamer's scream being 100% volume no matter the distance is intended? I'm genuinely not sure, actually. Like, I wouldn't have been involved in... That would have been... if we did it intentionally, it would have been a discussion between, like, the moment-to-moment action people and the audio people, and I am not standing in between those groups, and so I would not have necessarily heard one way or the other. Do I have... Yeah, all of my bases are filled. I've got 2 level 3 restaurants. I'm just thinking, should I move one of my outposts to be out here? It looks like I've got 2 food outposts, and one of them is way the heck up there in a place I am never going to need it. But it's already level 3. So do I want to cancel a level 3 outpost in order to make a new one down here? Just so that I have one close when I'm on this end of the map? That feels sketchy. But I mean, I've also got this one, but yeah, it's the same problem though. They're both level 3. So let's go. Well, if I'm eventually, I could see, especially if I move to the container fort, I could see myself getting rid of my bed outpost. So this is probably the most useless one. Except if I did move to the container fort, then I would want one up here. Well, how often will I come up here, though, except to fight that one Plague Heart? So, Outpost 5 or 6, I'm going to need to give up. You know, I'm going to give up Outpost 5. That's the one in the middle of town. And then I'm going to go back into this place. I'm going to claim it as an outpost, so that I can drop off my stuff here and start the process of leveling this up further. Oh, wait. Do I need to climb up the ladder before it'll... Yes, before it'll count this place is cleared. All right. Cool. Well, let's claim this outpost. And then let's upgrade it immediately. But then let's also use the supply locker and drop off stuff I don't need. I'm kind of tempted to drop off more stuff than that, like, just to make more room in my inventory. And then we'll hold on to the rucksacks and the gasoline in here, but everything else goes. Drop some stuff off. I can lose that too. And then, since I'm here, might as well go upstairs and see what's in the rest of these containers. Okay, so Coalición says the good news is that actually the stuff that got translated was translated really well. He's really pleased with it. I remember we did look into like what the actual term for curveballs was, and I forgot what it was. I forgot the Spanish term. Something to do with like a surprise twist. something like it wasn't literally curveball like the baseball term, because there are a lot of places in the Spanish-speaking world where baseball is not very well known. Not everywhere in the Spanish-speaking world. I know it's really popular in, say, Cuba, but in a lot of the Spanish-speaking world, people just don't know a lot of baseball terms. And so it's not the term for curveball, it's something else, some other kind of surprise twist. But anyway, yeah, Coalition is saying that the problem is actually that there are some aspects of the game where a translation just didn't happen at all. It's just still sort of hard-coded English text instead of having been localized. So yeah, those bugs will probably somebody just needs to take some text field somewhere and just convert it into the type of text that gets localized, and it should be a pretty straightforward process to get that stuff fixed. Let me see here. Okay. So so the term for curveballs in Spanish is giro inesperado. So whatever that. So inesperado sounds like unhoped for me in my head. So like unexpected, and then giro I guess means twist, turn. I don't know. Anyway, what am I doing now? I'm looking for another place where I can get more food. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I mean, I did need fuel before. It wouldn't be bad if I got some more fuel on the way out of town. So maybe I'll start there. Ooh, one thing I just realized, though. Maybe I shouldn't play too much longer because the sun just came up. And if we want the stream to largely take place, like if we want the official live stream to largely take place in the daytime, then I need to get back home and wrap this up quick. Otherwise, I'll get through the entire day, and then Eric will be mostly playing at night during the official stream. We like people to be able to actually see what's going on the stream. So I will grab more gas because I know I was short on it before. Uh-oh. So that's a gunk zombie. Definitely want to shoot her. What the heck? Come on, dude. Learn how to shoot. Let's grab a few more things from in here. What am I missing? More containers outside? Ah, more containers outside. So yeah, new Elite Support Team is asking one of the classic questions that we always get asked, which is, are we going to add a city map to the game? So maps are among the largest, like, most difficult things that we ever do in this game, is adding new maps. And so that, if you ask for a new map, that is one of the biggest things you could possibly ask us for. And we have never done a proper city map. I mean, we did Danforth in Lifeline, and Danforth was basically one enormous contrivance to avoid us having to actually make a real city map. Because you'll notice that the entire city center was blocked off and surrounded by danger zones, and you could only operate in like tiny little rundown suburbs around the city. So it had like a little bit of a city atmosphere, but it was not a city map properly. I think I'm going to stop here for some food real quick before I go home. But yeah, there's a good reason for that, because we basically, you know, I think I've answered this before, but you know, not for everyone. Most games that depict big cities, nearly all of the buildings are 99% fake. You know, Spider-Man, you can only go into very certain buildings, and it's always basically a new level load. You know, Grand Theft Auto, almost every building is fake. There's small stores you can go into, but most of the buildings are just big, giant, you know, empty pieces of geometry. And there's a reason for that. Cities are huge. Even the scaled down fake versions of cities that you know, that we build for video games are enormous in scale. And like a skyscraper has got so many similar rooms in it that it's not actually interesting to play in spaces like that. And because we've got this sort of commitment in State of Decay 2 where we try to make it so that every building is real. You can just, you go to a building and you walk inside of it and you can explore every room, and find stuff. There might be something on the roof of this one. There might be zombies inside. There might be people inside. There's definitely containers inside. Like, we could not do that. We would have to have a lot of fakery. Even a couple of the buildings we do have in State of Decay 2, like the hospital in Drucker County. Oh, there's my missing one right there. Like, the hospital in Drucker County is almost entirely fake. And it's got, like, a couple of rooms on a couple of floors, and that's it. And everything else is artificial. And I think, so we could theoretically do a city map in State of Decay, but I feel like it would have to be so fake in order to work that I think we would lose some of the vibe of State of Decay. Some of the fact that, the same way that, like, there's a lot of games, open world games that brag about how, oh, if you can see it on the horizon, you can go there. Like, oh, you see that mountain up there? You can go there. Now, that is not true of us. A lot of the mountains in the distance, you can't go there. There's an invisible wall before you get there. But we do have that kind of ambitiousness when it comes to a building. You look at a building, and as a general rule, you can go inside that building and search it for supplies. But that comes with it, the corollary, that will then, therefore, we've got to limit the size and complexity of the buildings in the game in order to make that true. So I really like the fact that that's true, the fact that we've built our world this way. But that means we kind of need to continue to build it this way. I'm trying to figure out where... Okay, yeah, so left turn here is what I wanted to do. So yeah, I've got a couple rucksacks of food, a few rucksacks of other stuff. So I think that the community won't be suddenly starving while Eric is playing, which was one of my major concerns. And I think I can get the people shined up well enough that we can run a successful stream later on this afternoon. So it's going to be, I don't know, if I get out of here by 1:30, then it'll be about an hour and a half before the official State of Decay 2 stream starts. Of course, if you're watching this later on YouTube, I think I'm planning on releasing this video like tomorrow or the next day. So the stream will still be recent, but it won't be in the future. It'll be in the past. So I hope it went well, since it hasn't happened yet. Oh no, we're out of storage for ammo. Well, we know what to do about that. We need to go over here and not change that. Over here. That's what I meant to do. We need to craft some rifle rounds. And then we will also... We should make some bombs. Just so we got plenty of fire. And even some C4. Okay. That feels like we got what we needed. So this character's well equipped enough. Let's just go through the last couple of characters we haven't been through yet, just to make sure they're ready to go in case Eric grabs them. So here's Hash. What you got in your inventory, Hash? Oh, yeah, okay. So he's... Yeah, he looks like he's got decent stuff. He doesn't have any stamina stuff. I don't know what Eric's usual MO is, whether he uses stamina stuff a lot. I know I always forget to. But I'll give him some anyway. And then Dale. Good old Dale with his hockey mask. So, La Coalición is suggesting that if he wanted to add a city map to State of Decay, he would do it with just a lot of areas blocked off. Like, there's, like, small inroads that you can make into the urban area, but by and large, most of it is cut off from you, like with roadblocks and things like that. And, like, yeah, so, like, yeah, we totally could theoretically do something like that. I think the problem is just... Is that the kind of experience people are going for from State of Decay? Like, you can do, you know, a bunch of blocked off city streets for, like, a narrow corridor, like, experience in a game like, say, The Last of Us or something like that, where it's like, that's the experience. You're going for a very specific curated experience. But if you're playing State of Decay, a lot of the time what you're going for is a more open-ended, I go wherever I want, the world is wide open type experience. And if that's the experience you're going for, having a few inroads into a city where there's just one particular route that you're allowed to take and everything else is blocked off might actually undermine what people come to State of Decay 2 for. They come for that sense of freedom. So I think that might be a little bit tough to bring across. Okay, yeah, I think that she's all right too. So let's put this community in Adam's hands, because I thought that Adam seemed like a good character to play with. So he's got, yeah, so he's got this MAC-10. He's also got fancy rifle. So he's got all the basics, an axe to swing. So yeah, I think we're good. We will play with Adam. And now I'm going to pause the game and quit the game so that we don't lose any more daylight. We want to keep all of our daylight. So Clothes24 says, I would love to have more shirts, guns, cars. I mean, the lot of it. Yeah, so that is something we've been looking into, seeing what kinds of additional like pieces of art and stuff like that are lying around on the cutting room floor that we could do something with. So we'll have to see what's possible there. That might be within the realm of possibility, but no promises until we actually do an investigation and see how easy it would be to bring in some more stuff. But that is something that we're interested in doing. I'll just say that much. Game Dev Bishop says, I'm making this too easy for Eric and Brant. They need to suffer. So yeah, so I think Brant is just going to be a voice on the radio. He's going to be like Twain for us during the official live stream. But Eric is going to be the one who's playing. And actually, so I need to quit now so that I can keep doing hardware setup, because Eric is normally a mouse and keyboard player, and I'm usually a controller player. So this room is set up for me, and everything is set up so that the assumption is you'll be playing with a controller on an Xbox. So I need to see, because I know the Xbox does technically support mouse and keyboard, but I don't know how well it supports mouse and keyboard, how easy that is to get going. So I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to go try to set it up so that we can play, so that Eric can play with a mouse and keyboard on my Xbox in this room and see if that works. So that's going to be a little experiment that we run. But Cool, this one asks when we're getting an N95 mask for our characters. No time soon. I think people don't necessarily want to relive the real apocalypse they went through. They're here for a fictional apocalypse, so I think we probably are not going to do that. So yeah, awesome Twitch dude. The hospital scrubs are often cited as one that people would really love to see more of. So make note of that, Bishop, as you're exploring this stuff. Because there's this set of hospital scrubs that only one character ever wears, and that's a starting doctor at the very beginning. But a lot of folks have said, I would love to be able to unlock that somehow for use in my community. Maybe, if it was looted from clinics or something like that, that'd be really cool. Okay, so yeah, Bishop is actually watching the chat very closely with his notebook. Cool. Well, hey, Bishop, I'm sorry that the official live stream that we do is so late at night for you. I do hope you're able to sort of attend and celebrate along with us when we do it. But either way, if you're headed to bed sometime soon, thank you for this glorious launch that so far seems to have gone pretty darn well. People are really excited about the feature, and it seems to have come together really nicely. So congrats to you and your entire team. We're really glad that we're working with you, and I cannot wait to see what you move on to next. So with that, let's wrap this up. That's a subscribe button if you're watching later on YouTube. And the next time I come back to my sort of official company campaign, Lion's Share, that's going to be right there. So I'll see you then.